So we're going to first, starting at the top of our head, focus on our breath. As you take a nice deep breath, bring your awareness to your neck and shoulder blades and chest. And now bring one or both of your hands up to your chest and place your hand there. And with this next breath, you're going to focus on trying to bring it right underneath of your hand. So really filling up the top of your chest as you take this next breath. And as you're exhaling, bringing your awareness to how much movement is happening in your upper chest as you do this breath. And then moving your hand or hands down to your lower rib cage. And taking those deep breaths again, bringing your awareness here. Try to fill up the middle of your belly now as you bring your breath right underneath of your hand. And then moving your hand down to your low belly. And same thing here, bringing your awareness and your breath right underneath of your hand. Filling up your low belly with air. Noticing how much movement is happening in your low belly and in your back and your hips as you're taking this breath. And then moving your hand or hands underneath of your back somewhere, making sure you stay comfortable, but if you can slip your hand underneath your low back or your mid back. And your next breath, you're going to focus on trying to bring your breath down into your back, behind you.
And then one more. This time you're going to bring your hand or both hands to your sides, to your low rib cage, somewhere between your hip and your armpit. I like to do this one with both hands, and then just really focusing on widening your rib cage and widening your chest as you take this next breath. And one more breath, and again, bringing your awareness to how much movement is happening in your rib cage as you're taking these breaths. And now we're going to go into a little warm up for our low back. So bending your knees, bringing your feet to standing, and go ahead and just lay your arms long beside you. We're going to start with our flatten and we'll go right into tilt. So inhale first as you stay relaxed. And exhale, flattening your back to the floor, pubic bone and ribs towards each other. Tightening in your tummy muscles. Hold for just a moment. And then super slowly with control, begin to release in your tummy as you slowly release. And at the very end of your slow release of flatten, so knees are bent now, feet are flat on the floor. And we're just starting our flatten and tilt. So going into tilt, rolling your tailbone forward and down to the floor. Just a small tilt to get warmed up. Hold it for just a moment and super slowly begin to release, slowly relaxing in your back and your pelvis. Slow and smooth. And at the end of that release, going into flatten again, bringing your pubic bone and ribs towards each other as you flatten your back into the floor. Tightening in your tummy muscles, hold for just a moment, and then super slowly begin to release. As slow and smooth as you can, releasing in your tummy muscles. Super smooth. At the end of that release, going into tilt again, rolling your tailbone forward and down. At the same time now, go ahead and roll your arms open so your palms are up to the ceiling. Small tilt, hands facing up. Hold for just a moment and now super slowly releasing the tilt in your back. Slowly releasing. Now your arms are going to slowly roll back over to palms down. As you're slowly releasing at the same time the tilt in your back. When you've finished releasing there, going right into flatten again, bringing your pubic bone and ribs towards each other, and now rolling your hands in towards your body. So the back of your hands will be against your body. So a small squeeze is now happening in your chest. Hold for a moment, and now super slow and smooth, release the contraction in your chest and your belly together. Slow and smooth, slowly letting your arms roll back down. Slowly releasing in your tummy. As slow and smooth as you can at the very end of that release. Going into tilt again. Rolling your tailbone forward and down as you roll your arms to palms facing up to the ceiling again. And then super slowly releasing. Slowly with control, releasing in your hips and back as you slowly roll your hands back over to palms down. And then going right into flatten again, bringing pubic bone and ribs towards each other, rolling the hands in towards your body now. Holding for just a moment and then slowly releasing, slowly unrolling your hands, slowly releasing in your abdominals. As slow and smooth as you can. And at the end of that release, you're going to take a moment to rest. We're going to go into our trunk rotation exercises. So the first one we're going to do today, I'm going to have you cross your right knee over your left. Remember though, if it's uncomfortable for you to cross your legs, you can do the same exercise with them uncrossed. So your arms are just going to stay beside you, nice and relaxed, and we're going to slowly lower the knees now to the right. So slowly and smoothly taking the knees down to the right. Once you've gone as far as you can comfortably, then slowly bringing the knees back up to center. And once you're back to center, rest for just a moment. And then we're going to repeat that one again slowly, with control, taking your knees down to the right, as slow and smooth as you can. And pausing when you've gone as far as you can comfortably, and then slowly with control, bringing the knees back up to center. And pause for just a moment, and we'll repeat that one more time. Slowly, with control, taking the knees down to the right. And then slowly with control, bringing them back up to center. And when you finish that one, and without rushing, we'll switch to the other side. So you'll be uncrossing and recrossing, taking the left leg over the right now. And slowly with control, lowering the knees now to the left. And notice as you're drifting those legs to the left, your right shoulder should be on the floor still. And then nice and slow with control, bringing those knees back up to center again. When you get to center, take just a moment to pause and rest. And repeating that same one again, slowly with control, lowering the knees to the left. Always staying in your comfort zone, and then slowly bringing those knees back up to center. When you get to center, take a moment to rest. We'll repeat that one more time. Slowly with control, lowering the knees to the left. And then slowly with control, taking them back to center. When you're back to center, take a moment to rest. And then you're going to uncross your legs and keep your knees bent with your feet flat on the floor. And now we're going to go into our steeple arms. So you're going to bring your palms of your hands together and point your fingers straight up to the roof. And now keeping your palms together and your elbows straight, you're slowly going to lower your arms to the right. The palms of your hands, your fingers are going to slide apart a little bit as you take those hands down to the right, but you're not going to be able to get all the way to the floor with them like this, and that of course is not the goal anyways. Just staying in your comfort zone, taking them to the right, and then pausing, and then slowly with control bringing your hands back up to center. Once you're in center, pause for just a moment, and then slowly with control lowering the hands to the left now. Slowly lowering your arms to the left, keeping your palms as fairly together as you can. And then slowly with control, bringing them back to center. And one more time, taking the arms to the right. And slowly with control, bringing them back to center. Pausing for a moment in center and then taking them to the left one more time. Nice and slow and smooth movement. And slowly bringing them back to center. Once you're to center, then you're going to slowly bring your arms back down beside you. And take a moment to rest. And we're going to go back to legs crossed again. So you're going to cross your right leg over the left again. And at the same time now, you're going to lengthen your left arm along the floor above your head. As long as you're staying comfortable. If it's hard on a shoulder for anyone to do this, you can move your arm out to the side more. So now I want you to think of lengthening that left arm, gently lengthening it. I like to wiggle my fingers a little bit as I think of lengthening from the shoulder. And as you begin to lengthen that arm, at the same time now lowering your knees to the right. Lengthening the left arm and lowering the knees to the right. And when you've gone as far as you can comfortably, slowly begin to bring the knees back up as you slowly release the lengthening of the left arm. When you get back to center and neutral, pause for a moment. And we'll repeat that one again. Lengthening the left arm as you slowly, with control, lower the knees to the right. And then slowly bringing them back to center as you slowly release the lengthen in the left arm. When you get back to center, pausing for a moment and then uncrossing the legs, slowly bringing your left arm beside your body, and we're going to switch to the other side. So crossing now the left leg over the right and bringing your right arm along the floor and up above your head. So we'll start again with lengthening that arm. So wiggling the fingers of the right hand as you lengthen the arm. And now at the same time, lowering your knees to the left. When you've gone as far as you can, comfortably pausing and then slowly with control, bringing the knees up and slowly releasing the length in the right arm. When you're back to center, pausing for a moment and then repeating that one again. Lengthening the right arm and slowly letting the knees drift down. And you've gone as far as you can comfortably, slowly with control, bringing your knees back up and slowly releasing the length in the right arm. And when you're back to center, pause for a moment. And then you're going to uncross your legs and recross the right leg over the left. And now we're going to go back to steeple arms. So pressing the palms firmly together and pointing your fingers straight up to the roof. And now as you slowly begin to lower your knees to the right, you're going to take your steeple arms to the left. And as your arms are going to the left, I also want you to turn your head and eyes. So slowly now lowering the knees to the right as your steeple arms and your head and your eyes slowly begin to turn to the left. And when you've gone as far as you can comfortably, slowly begin to come back up, slowly bringing eyes, head and arms back to center as your knees slowly come back up. When you reach center, pause for a moment, and then we'll repeat that one again. So nice and slow, lowering the knees to the right as your arms, your head and your eyes slowly begin to go to the left. Remember to always stay in your comfort zone. Move slowly with awareness. When you've gone as far as you can comfortably, slowly bringing your knees, your head, your eyes, and your arms back to center. When you're back to center, take a moment to pause. Then you're going to uncross your legs and switch them. Your hands can stay where they are as you bring your left leg now over the right. And slowly, with control, now lowering the knees to the left as your arms, your head, and your eyes go to the right. And slowly, with control, once you've gone as far as you can comfortably, you will slowly begin to come back up. As slow and smooth as you can. And once you're to center, pause for a moment, and we'll repeat that one again. Slowly with control, letting the knees drift to the left as your arms, your head, and your eyes turn to the right. And when you've gone as far as you can comfortably, slowly with control, coming back really slow on the coming back part. Slow and smooth. And once you're back to center, take a moment to pause and then uncross your legs and slowly bring your arms down. And now your arms are going to be going out to the sides of you. So we're going to start with palms down. And we'll start by rolling the right palm up and the knees drifting to the left. So we'll start with a nice inhale. And slowly begin to roll now the right palm to upwards to the ceiling, turning your head to the right, looking at your right palm as you slowly begin to lower your knees to the left. And when you've gone as far as you can comfortably, slowly begin to reverse this movement. So slowly bringing your knees now up. Slowly with control as you slowly roll your right palm down, your left palm will begin to roll up as your head now turns to the left. Turning slowly. As your head is turning to the left now, your knees are dropping slowly to the right. Slowly with control. Always staying in your comfort zone. When you've gone as far as you can comfortably, slowly reversing again. Slowly bringing the knees back up. Slowly rolling the left palm down as you slowly begin to roll the right palm up and slowly begin to turn your head and eyes to the right. As your knees come through center and slowly begin to drift to the left. And when you've gone as far as you can comfortably, switching again. Knees slowly coming up through center, drifting to the right. As your head is now turning slowly to the left, the right palm is rolling down, the left palm is rolling up to the ceiling. When you've gone as far as you can comfortably, slowly reversing again. Slow and smooth with control, bringing the knees back up. Slowly rolling the left palm down. Slowly taking your head now to the right, head and eyes, as your right arm rolls to palm up, knees slowly drifting to the left. And now slowly with control at your own pace, you're going to do 2 more of those. And when you finish the one that you're on, pausing in center. And we'll finish today with a couple of arch and curls. So we'll bring our hands up either behind your head or your fingertips behind your ears. And your knees will stay bent on the floor. And we're going to start with our inhale and arch. So inhale and arch as you roll your tailbone forward and down to the floor, at the same time pressing your shoulder blades down and drawing them towards your tailbone, tilting your head back. Pause for a moment, and now exhale super slowly, slowly releasing the contraction in your back and your hips and your neck, as slow and smooth as you can. At the very end of that release, you'll go right into flatten, bringing your pubic bone and ribs towards each other, flattening your back to the floor, bringing your elbows together, and lifting your head and chest into a soft curl position. Holding for just a moment, and then slowly taking your head back down as you slowly, with control, release in your tummy muscles. Slow and smooth. And once your head has reached the floor, then slowly, with control, opening the elbows. And make sure to rest when you finish that one. And we're going to repeat, only this time when we come up into our crunch on this one, you're going to be taking both your elbows to the right knee. So starting again with an inhale and arch, rolling your tailbone forward and down, pressing your shoulder blades, drawing them towards your tailbone and tilting your head back. Hold for a moment. Exhale now as you slowly release the contraction in your back, slowly releasing in your pelvis and shoulders and neck, as slow and smooth as you can. At the end of that release, going right into flatten, bringing pubic bone and ribs towards each other, bring your elbows together and lift your head and chest now towards your right knee. Slowly, with control now, lowering your head and your foot if you've lifted your leg up, slowly lowering them back down to the floor. Slow and smooth as you can. Once your head is resting on the floor, slowly opening your elbows. And make sure to rest. We'll repeat that one again, only this time we'll be taking our elbows to the left knee. So starting again with our inhale and arch, rolling the tailbone forward and down to the floor, pressing your shoulder blades down, drawing them towards your tailbone and tilting your head back. Pause and then exhale, super slowly releasing in your back, slowly releasing the hips and your neck, as slow and smooth as you can. And at the end of that release, going right into flatten, bringing pubic bone and ribs towards each other, bringing your elbows together and lifting your head and chest now towards the left knee. Holding for a moment and super slowly lowering, slowly taking your head down and your foot if you've lifted it, slow and smooth as you can. Once your head is back down to the floor, then slowly letting the elbows open. Once your elbows are on the floor, take a moment to rest. We'll repeat that one again, only this time we're going straight forward. So inhale and arch again as you roll your tailbone forward and down to the floor, pressing your shoulder blades and drawing them to the tailbone, tilting your head back. Exhale now as you slowly release. Slowly, smoothly releasing in your pelvis and your back. The very end of that release, going into flatten again, bringing pubic bone and ribs towards each other, bring your elbows together, and gently lift your head and chest into that soft curl position. Hold for a moment, and super slowly now taking your head back down, slowly with control, releasing in your abdominals as you slowly lower your shoulders and your head. And once your head is resting on the floor, slowly letting your elbows open. And once your elbows are resting comfortably on the floor, take a moment to rest. And then nice and slow, you're going to take your arms back down beside your body and go back to your body scan position that you had at the beginning of class today. So if your legs were long and straight, taking them back to long and straight. And first, just take a couple of nice deep breaths as you lay here, bringing your awareness to your breath. And now bringing one or both of your hands to your upper chest and taking a breath here and really focusing on trying to fill the upper part of your chest as you fill with air, thinking of bringing that breath right underneath of your hand. And bring your awareness to how much movement is happening in your body as you take this breath. And then moving your hand or hands to your lower rib cage. And same thing here, taking another deep breath, really filling up your middle of your belly. Trying to bring that breath right underneath of your hands. And then taking your hands down to your low belly. And same thing here, a couple of breaths, filling the low belly with air. And then taking your hand or hands to your back, wherever you had them at the beginning of class today. And bringing that breath now into your hand behind you. And when you've finished a couple of breaths there, taking your arms back to a nice relaxed position, just take a moment to really enjoy how relaxed you feel right now. And without rushing, and when you're ready, you can roll to your side and come up to sitting. And we have a few minutes left for some